Welcome to the John Wilson Fishery, Chumphon, Thailand. For British anglers, I'm sure the name John Wilson needs no introduction. For anyone not familiar with the name, John Wilson is a British angler who presented a TV series called Go Fishing through the 80s and 90s. He was voted the greatest angler of all times in an Angler's Time survey taken in 2004 and was awarded an MBE in 2009. To mention just a few things that John Wilson did during his angling career. Back in 2013, John and his wife Jo moved to Thailand and they built a property in Chumphon where they had a private lake. John stocked the lake with a range of Thai species, as well as imported fish from America, South America. Sadly, John passed away in 2018 and his wife Jo decided to sell the property and move back to the UK. The property now has a new owner, Richard. He's been working hard over the last year, getting the property ready for groups of anglers and to make the fishery one of Thailand's premier fishing locations. Jo Wilson and Richard agreed that the name of the fishery should be the John Wilson Fishery, a fitting tribute to John, who did so much for British angling and invested so much of his time in this property in Thailand. So let's take a walk around the lake and see how it's been set up, ready for the opening. The lake is set out with 4 swims. The swim that we see here is the force swim, also known as the gate swim. All of the swims are set up the same. You've got a hard standing concrete base for the rod pods, a shelter, a sala to sit in and get away from the sun. All of the shelters are equipped with a fan, mains power and an aeration pump. You can see here looking down the lake, we're at swim 4, the gate swim. The next swim down, swim 3, is the point. The peg over in the far corner is Jo's swim, named after Jo Wilson, John's wife. And on the far right, you've got the house swim, or swim 1. I'm sure many of you are thinking, why is there a crane at the side of the swim? The cranes are here to lift the fish and get accurate weights. Most of the fisheries in Thailand will estimate the weights of their fish. And for good reason. Lifting these big heavy fish can easily damage the fish, hurt the fish. By using the crane, you can lift the big fish out of the water safely, get a good measurement for the weight before returning the fish to the water. Having seen them in action, I think they're a great idea. Every swim has one set off to the side. They don't get in the way when you're fishing, they fold down. Walking down the main drive now to peg 3, the point. This is the peg we fished on the first day. It's big enough for 2 anglers. You can see we've got 2 rod pods, 4 rods here. Walking down the drive a little more, on the left we have the stock pool. In the stock pool, Richard has some arapaima, some alligator gar, juliens, rohu. A lot of thought has gone into the setup of this lake. With just 4 swims on the lake, every swim has plenty of space around it. Down almost to the house now, we have Jo's swim on the corner. Along with the swims that Richard's had made in preparation for the opening, he's also had an aeration system fitted to the lake, and he's busy having the lake stocked with more varieties of fish, bigger weights of fish. In the video description, I'll include some of the heavier weights of the different fish that are in the lake at the moment, but this could soon be outdated as Richard is busy sourcing other fish for the lake. Most of the time you'll be unhooking the fish in the water, but if you do have a deep hooked fish and you need to lift it out of the water, every peg has an unhooking mat ready to use. And then to get to peg 1, we walk in front of the house and we get to the house swim. This is the biggest swim on the lake and we fish this swim on the second day. I'll upload the first day's fishing video and the second day's fishing video separate to this, so there'll be the introduction, day 1 and day 2. As always, please like and subscribe. See you soon.